And we're live. What is going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Is the first, nope, it is the second Wednesday of the month. I hope you guys are all doing awesome. I am very happy to be back and streaming today, and I hope that hopefully we make some good progress today. That's always the goal, but I really want to make some progress on this Mark 4S to Core 1 Plus build. Let's see, who is here today? We got Tuxedo, how's it going? We got Delmar is here. Hi, Delmar. Greenbeard, Hobo Banana. Moosin's in the house. I saw Deanna a second ago. GP's. Let's see. Wayne is trying to get a hold of you to send a CNC monolith kit. Thank you for the heads up. I last week had some health stuff going on. I don't mind just sharing it, but basically I got hit with a double whammy. So Jackson got sick last Saturday, and then I came down with it on Sunday, and it was a pretty aggressive whatever it was. It was like chills for me, like cold sweats, chills, throat was all jacked up, head like killer migraine, what else was it? Runny nose, sneezing, like it was just like maybe like a nasty head cold, but I also had chills from it. But on top of that, I've had stomach issues on and off for probably 13 years. And usually if I just take some Tums or something like that, it kind of settles my stomach. But I had excruciating pain from like 5 p.m. on Sunday till 2 in the morning on Monday, when I finally decided I'm taking myself to the emergency room. I was concerned based off the symptoms that it could be something like appendicitis. Thankfully it wasn't. I ended up having to get a CAT scan, and they said like things are fine. But I've been doing a bunch of medical stuff. The doctors want me doing some additional testing. I just came from a consultation this morning for an endoscopy, I think is what it's called. So they're gonna basically probably end up checking with a camera to see if they can figure out what's going on, because I've just had stomach issues for a long time. So I'm definitely doing better. They've got me on an acid reducer for my stomach, which is basically, they were saying like, if you have an ulcer forming, this will help it not to hurt as bad. So I'm just being a lot more mindful of what I'm eating. And then like, I always work till a lot of times like 2 in the morning on video stuff late night. And I always eat like a bowl of cereal or some kind of food not too far before I go to bed. And so I'm like not eating many hours before bed now. So I'm babying my stomach a bit more than ever before. It definitely wasn't food poisoning. It definitely wasn't food poisoning. It was just like really sharp pain from like maybe an inch below the rib cage to like 1.5 inches above the belly button, like dead center right here. And I've had that on and off for, 13 years, but usually it lasts only for a little bit. And like if I take some Tums, it helps, but it was way more intense. Nothing was helping the pain. And usually I can kind of ignore it for the most part, but like I had to, like when I was walking, like had to lean forward because standing up was just too painful. So it was really awful. I just got an endoscopy the other day, and 2 weeks ago the prep was no fun. The actual procedure was easy peasy. That's what I've heard. I've heard that the prep is the worst part. So I'm at the point now where like I just, like I said, I had to consult this morning with the doctor just to kind of go over the details and make sure that I was okay with, basically putting in the referral for all that. And I just said, like, I've been dealing with this for so long now. I just want some answers. I don't care what the process is like. Like, I just need to figure out what's going on so that way I have some clarity and I can work around whatever it is that we discover. So, yeah. 4 years soon. For you, Delmar? That's crazy. Raj, thank you so much for the 13 months, man. I really appreciate all of the support. Endoscopy was the best 10 minutes of sleep ever. Perfect. Yeah, so I'll be good. But yeah, that's just what's going on. By Wednesday of last week, I probably could have, like, my stomach wasn't really hurting by Wednesday of last week, but I still was really, really sick with chills and stuff like that. So I had to listen to my body, and I was like, I'm not gonna try to push through streaming and like, when I'm not feeling good. So I just took the day off, and I think I spent most of Wednesday in bed. I was in bed like all of Tuesday and pretty much all of Wednesday, just trying to recover. So I went to bed at 6 a.m. this morning, up at 9. Yeah, well, Deanna, we can't all be on the Deanna schedule, okay? I can go into detail on issues with modern food on your gut. Done loads of research. Oh my God, colon cancer. Oh wow, I didn't know that you had colon cancer. Yeah, I know that food, I know specifically in the US, there's a lot of things that we allow in our food that is banned in a lot of other places. I think EU specifically, they've banned a lot of things that we still have here. So, I suffer from the same symptoms. Oh man. Have you looked into it at all, XY, or you just kind of been dealing with it? Stomach acid leaking into the small intestine, maybe? Yeah, it's entirely possible that's what it is. I just don't know. And like I've had on and off issues with it since I was 20. I remember it was really, really bad when I was 20. And then it's been kind of like this, where like it's a seasonal thing. Like, hey, Daniel's stomach's fine for a month. Oh, it's really bad for a couple days. Oh, it's fine for a month. So, but like after this extreme one, I'm like, no, I've got to figure out like if we can kind of nail a little bit more what it is, because I haven't been able to directly find patterns in what's causing it. So anyways, I don't want to talk too much more about it. I want to get into building, but I just wanted to update everyone because I don't usually take stream days off, and pretty transparent about what's going on with me on this channel with all you guys. So hey down under, you're up early. No bacon for me. I could see that. Heavy grease. I don't know anyone who could exist on my schedule. I've never been accused of being a human. Hit me up in Discord if you want. Okay, yeah, sounds great. You did the right thing by going to the hospital. Yeah, I'm big at, like, my whole life I've never really done the doctor thing unless it's an emergency. And in this case, I'm like, I know it's gonna be expensive. And it was. I already got the bill for the visit. It was $2,000 just to go to the doctor and get that ultrasound done. Or CAT scan, sorry, not ultrasound. But at the same time, it's like, it's my health, and if it's something like appendicitis and I don't go, then the outcome is a lot worse. So I had to kind of weigh the pros and cons, and was like, I've been dealing with this for so long. I know what it's normally like. I know what the medication normally does, and it's not helping. I waited 9 hours. Like, I'm miserable. I've got to figure out what's going on. So, sorry you started saying about Wayne. DMD, so it's probably still there. Okay, I will try to check it. I'll try to check it tonight then. After this, I'm gonna run to gym like I always do, and then after that, I have to go get taxes done. It's been like just so much stuff all at once right now. But thank you, Hobo. I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely feeling a lot better now. 2 a.m. doing overnight toilet training. Oh gosh, good luck. Good luck. Okay, let's get into it. So not last week, 2 weeks. What? I didn't turn the. No, I did turn this on. Hold on, folks. What is going on here? Oh, it was plugged in. Maybe this cable's starting to go bad. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to just make sure that everything is fully seated. Yeah, I think that was probably it. There's a little like power brick that the cable plugs into, and I think that was, wait, why is it not on still? Aha! It would help if I plugged the HDMI cable in. It's been one of those days, guys. Okay, you guys should see stuff in just a second here. Hopefully. Yeah, there we go. All right, so last week we did a lot of stuff under the base. We did a lot of the wiring. I think on the back did quite a bit of the wiring. Maybe that was the week before. Honestly, it's kind of all blending to me now. But we got the back panel mounted. We did a little bit of prep with the bed. We got that wired up with the new wires. And the thermistor we did, I think, 2 weeks ago. But we got this bottom piece on here. We started working on this. So I think the main thing we're doing today, no, I don't know if we're doing all of today because I haven't looked that far ahead, but the main thing we're doing right now is kind of wrapping up the bed, and I think we're getting the bed installed. So I did take out a few pieces. I don't want to put the bed there. It's going to fall. Let's put it right about there. Hey, Zombie. How are you liking the snap maker so far? All right, so I did pull this up. Okay, so we are installing the like status LED, RGB LED thing to the bottom of the bed. So I already grabbed all, oh no, I didn't grab so I grabbed the box. Let's see. Bring you guys, nope, that's as high as this goes. I did, since we talked last, get the seedlings started for this garden season. I told you guys I was using soil blocks instead of plastic trays, cell trays, and it went okay. You basically have to press the soil into this metal housing, and then it pops it out. And the soil didn't compact quite as much as I would have liked. One of the blocks already fell apart, but I think I did a total of 60 seed starts. Yeah, I did 60. There's 20 per, and I'm looking at 3. So, and so far, I would say out of the 60 I've done, I've probably got about 45 to 50 that have germinated, which is awesome. The only ones that really haven't are the peppers, and peppers typically seem to take the longest and be the most finicky. So far things are looking pretty good, which is awesome. It's great. Yeah, it's definitely, for the price, very difficult to complain. Okay, so it looks like there's 2 different LED strips in here, and this one just looks like standard, like, yellow LEDs. This looks like it's going to be probably our RGB. So let's... Huh, these are all kind of twisted around each other. Okay, these are really twisted around each other. What in the world? There we go. Okay, so this is... Yeah, so this definitely looks like the correct one. These look like RGB LEDs to me. Okay, so let's go ahead and place all of this back in the box. The small expansion pieces were a pain in the butt to install on mine. What small, oops, gee, look at these, like, little, what small expansion pieces are you talking about? Are they for the cables, to extend the cables, or something else? I don't know how in the world they fit all this in this box. And I don't know that I'll be able to get it back in the box, even with the one cable out. I'll try. Jeez. I feel like it's like trying to tame a snake or something like that. Okay. That is good. We'll leave this over here. So... Okay. Place the heat bed carriage in the front of you in the same orientation as the picture. Okay. So we are going to flip this around. Oops. I'd like to just do it right here. There we go. I think that's correct. Hold on, let me move. I took out the hardware we need to. I don't want to put it underneath here. Okay. Oh, did I break this? I might have just broken this. Nope, I didn't. There's a little like diffuser that's really thin walled, and I thought I set this on there, which is quite a bit of weight for such a small thing. Okay. It says, place the heated bed carriage in front of you. We'll read together. Make sure the rectangle cutout is far from you on the right side. Yep. Carefully peel off the protective paper. After removing the protective paper layer, the RGB LED strip is adhesive. Okay, so the RGB LED strip evenly to the front of the heated bed, approximately 3 millimeters from the folded edge. Align the middle LED with the screw on the carriage. The RGB strip cable must point to the right. Okay. I will do my best. Okay, I will do my best. So, I'm gonna bring you guys like this. Oops. Hey, Clown Amber! Is the autofocus still on? No, it's not. Okay. Okay, so it looks like basically once I peel it, let's just position it for a second here. Looks like the black needs to be like right underneath that screw, roughly to there. Okay. We'll do our best. The adhesive wants to peel. Okay. So, kind of have to one-shot this, I think. Man, it'd be nice if I could see what I'm doing. Okay, this LED matches up with the center, it says, so we're just gonna go for it. It's feeling good. It's feeling really about this. Okay. I'm gonna just kind of put a little bit of pressure on the adhesive for a sec here. Hey Troy, good afternoon to you. Hey Lisa, you got snow? A little bit of snow, a lot of snow? Hey Joel. Why is this not sticking as well as I'd like? I hope I didn't have a bunch of dust on here from this sitting out here for the last couple days. I think that this was the side that was down. Yeah, I'm touching it. I don't really see a whole lot of dust. Probably wouldn't have been a bad idea to use some isopropyl before I did this. That would have been the smarter play, but I think hopefully we'll be all right. Okay. After sticking, press slightly on. Do not touch the LEDs. Whoops. I definitely touched the LEDs. Let's try to rub off with my shirt any fingerprint oils. I'm assuming it's for oils to not burn out them. I'm quite sure I've done that before with plenty of LEDs and haven't burned them out, but let's just try to rub them down in case there's a little bit of finger oil. Okay. Perfect. Place the LED strip diffuser over the LED. Note the orientation of the part according to the beveled edges. Place 2 spacers on the holes and the edges of the assembly. Okay. Place LED diffuser over, note the orientation. Okay, I assume this is just sitting loose then. There's nothing for it to really grip onto. Okay. Okay, we'll just, I guess, leave it like that. I know there's a part that's going over the top of it, so hopefully that will help seat this. And then we've got 2 little spacers that I will align with the holes, like that. And like that. There. Do I have tissue? Okay, I'm gonna mute stuff really quick. It's funny, my allergies weren't bad. Maybe it's being in the garage. There's probably a lot of dust and stuff out here. One second, everyone. Okay, feel a little better. People confuse LEDs with halogen fingerprints, make 0 difference to LEDs. Got it. I wonder why they put that in their notes then. All right, so spacers are on. Next, from both sides, the LED status cover, peel off the protective layers. Okay. The question is, where is the LED status cover? I definitely had it sitting here. Is it underneath? No. Did it fall? No. Oh, this is gonna drive me crazy if I can't find this. It was sitting on top. I know I put it here. I know it's black. I know it's skinny. Just, oh, here it is. Here it is. It's still in the bag. That's why. Okay. Cool. Okay, so we are going to just peel off the film on it. Just a acrylic piece. Okay. Let's see. Note that one side is matte. Okay, so this is glossy. This is matte. Okay, so you can see super reflective on this side, and then less reflective. So, attach the LED strip cover the assembly mat side up. Got it. So mat side up. It's gonna be like this. Okay. It's not the right screwdriver. It looks decently centered. Maybe a little bit this way. Can't go tighter than that, so. Okay, well, hopefully that helps keep everything nicely contained. Hey beads! Okay, got our diffuser cover on. Now some zip ties. Okay, so we're gonna route the cable over here. When is Rocky Mountain Rap Rap Fest? I feel like it's on the 20, like between the 20th and the end of the month, right? Oh, okay. 18th and 19th. So, whew, 10 days out. It's definitely coming up. Okay, so guide the cable all the way through the zip ties. Okay, and then I assume, yep, tighten all zip ties. Hey, Ranch Kid. Not this weekend, but the one after. Okay. Well, I will be with you guys in spirit there, that's for sure. What's the weather like showing it's gonna be like? You know, the only year I went, it was very cold, and I think if I remember correctly, it snowed. Well, yeah, it definitely snowed actually while the event was going on. But I have no idea whether that was normal for that area or whether that was abnormal. Also, I feel like, I mean, I know Lisa just said she got snow, but I feel like a lot of places, it's been a really mild winter this year. Oh man, yeah, mid-70s will be beautiful. All right, these are in. Let's go ahead and cut the, where's my flush cutters? Does anybody else have that issue? Like, since 3D printing, I use flush cutters all the time. And I know I own quite a few pairs, and they're always just like randomly laying around, but then when I need one, they disappear. It doesn't make any sense. How is there not a pair of flush cutters right in front of me? You know what? I know I was using some the other day. I was cutting some tabs. I see it out apart in wood. And I was using, haha, there it is. I was using it to help cut the tabs before I was hand sanding. Okay. Bam. Sweet. Okay. Got our LED installed. We've got it zip tied in place. Awesome. And I did print this out weeks ago, which I'm quite proud of myself because I am one to forget to do things like that. So I've got the got that. We need 2 bearings that were removed from the other printer. I want to say, well, I have 1 bearing right here, but I know we have more bearings. Where did the bearings go? Maybe over here, maybe? I think these are the parts we weren't using. No, those are not it. Where are the bearings? Definitely kept them all. Here's 1. Okay, yeah, here they are. I guess I... Okay, so let's... I'm gonna go ahead and clean these up a little bit. Just wipe them down. They've got quite a bit of like grease and just fingerprints and crud on them. Hey Steve, happy Wednesday. Okay, so yeah, we'll just go ahead and clean these up. Just kind of wipe them down. Yeah, it's definitely some gunk. Okay, not going for perfection because, well, they are greasy bearings, but at least a little bit better. All right, hold on, y'all. I normally don't check my phone during a stream, but Aaron has texted me, so I just want to make sure that everything is okay. Excuse me. Okay. It was regarding baby food, so it was important. Thank you. Hey, Candyman. Okay, so we got 2 bearings that are passing the test of cleanliness, I think. Prusa lubricant, where would that be? That is probably not in printed parts. I doubt it's in electronic. Oh, it is in electronics and fasteners. Wouldn't have guessed that. Kind of was checking there just to be silly, but there it is. Okay, we got our certified Prusa lubricant. Okay, several paper towels. Use lubricant wisely, less is better. Using too much lubricant may cause issues. Okay. So we're gonna peel this and puncture the cap. It's been punctured. We now have pressure released and it is moving. Screw it onto the cap. There we go. Okay. Just make sure the bearings are clean inside. I think they're probably clean. Blow in case there's any dust. Use any piece of fabric as a pad to protect your work surface from grease. I will put down a paper towel. Paper towel wants to curl. Whatever. We'll put it like this. Wipe the preserved oil. We did that. It is necessary to lubricate all 4 rows of balls inside the bearing. Screw the tube in the applicator. Carefully slide the entire bearing onto the applicator. Okay, so 2 things. Just asking about how much was that kit. Prusa provided it. I think last time I checked, well, it's a little complicated because we went from a Mark IV to a Mark 4S, which was an added cost. So let me just do Mark 4S. Was it? I thought it was 800, but someone told me I was wrong. So I think it might be, was it 6 is what it ended up being? Yeah, 6. So 600 for the kit. I'm also gonna bring the tissues over. I promise I had no issues with my nose, and I started streaming and it's like waterworks over here. Didn't mean to press that. Was early pricing something where they had the pricing lower initially then raised it, or was it like a pre-sale pricing? Okay, so we are going to squeeze on this a little bit just to get it kind of prepped. And then this looks like it has 4. So I'm gonna try to align this with the bearings and just squeeze. Is there a I don't remember if there's like a strategy with this or if we're just kind of putting it in there and pressing. Okay, we're gonna call that good enough, I guess. I can't actually see where the openings are either anymore. I think they're like right about there. Yeah, hopefully that's enough. I can't. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna call that good enough. I don't want to overdo it. I'm just gonna leave the grease open. Is that a bad idea? Because of dust. I'm gonna throw this in a Ziploc baggie actually. So let's take out. The kits are hard to justify when for not huge amounts more you can have 2 printers. Yeah, I mean, it's a valid argument. I think that space constraints could be a big one. That's largely why I didn't want to just get the Core 1 or Core 1L. They did offer to send it. And then also, like, I really enjoy it, the upgrade process, but I know that's probably not a big enough reason for a lot of people to justify it. Okay. We're gonna call that good. Huh. For the following steps, please prepare. So we need Core 1 bed parts. We did take out some printed parts at one point. This is NFC stuff, which we haven't used yet. Why haven't we used the NFC stuff when we did the power supply already? I wonder, I don't know what the whole deal with that is. Hot bed and base, okay. We've got one of our bed pieces, another one of our bed pieces, and then we've got this back piece. Okay. All right. Got our bearings. So we need M3 by 10s, which should definitely be out, I would think. M3 by 8s. M3 by 10s. We need 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. And then we need some lock nuts. Lock nuts and regular nuts. Here's some regular nuts. We need 2 regular nuts. Okay. We need 3, 6, 9, 10 lock nuts. Have we used lock nuts? I have to think we probably used. Yeah, we used some for the bed, but those were larger screws. I think they were M4. Okay, here's the lock nuts. Yeah. Okay, so we need 10 of these. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, cool. Hey, Gergman. missed the core one. Okay, so we are going to, I'm gonna slide this back. Ooh, that's kind of an awful sound. So, we are going to, I'm gonna wipe this up to make sure there's not a bunch of crud. Place one of the bearings down here. And then we're gonna grab this one that says, can't really see it too well, but it says LE2, no, that's LE2. We want, oh, it must be just different versions. So basically, I guess L is what we're looking for. Press the part onto the bearing, applying more force to ensure it moves all the way down. You will feel a click indicating the plastic part and bearing are correctly seated. Okay. Nice. More like a snap than a click, but I'll take it. Follow the same procedure with the right mount. Okay. Let's make sure we have the right orientation. And holy cow. There we go. Pretty stiff parts. I think this is PCCF, so not a lot of flex. Did people see the amazing photos that Artemis sent back of the back side of the moon? I don't think I saw it. My Mark IV to Core 1 kit was 5/16 shipped. Nice, that's solid. Of course, I have a friend who's photoshopping the Death Star. Those air shots were amazing. Wondering how you would feel actually just seeing that. I think I did see the Earth shot because I saw someone do a comparison from like, I can't remember how many years ago to a more recent one. So I have to assume it was probably that. Okay. So insert one M3 nut in the Core 1 bed mount left. Let's see, this is the left one. Okay. So this is just a standard nut. Might need to use a screw to pull this in. I got it. Okay. Position the bearing so that 2 ball rows face the bottom of the part, not just one. Okay, so they want us to move this and have 2 ball rows on the bottom of the part. So I need to rotate this with my hand a little bit. There is about centered. Okay. I'll show this when he wants to see it, but basically you just want, I guess, a specific orientation. Since there's 4 rows of balls, you want 1 row here, 1 row here, with the tensioning point, or the part we're going to tighten the bearing, being roughly centered with those. And then it says tighten it with an M310 screw. Okay. Okay, I don't want to over tighten it, so I think I'm just gonna leave it there. That's one, and then it says follow the same procedure on the other end. So we will pop the other nut in like that, and then I will align the balls. Where are you? The other on this one. It's a little hard to tell with all the grease in there, but that looks pretty close, so we'll call that good enough. I definitely think this one has a little bit excessive grease, so hopefully we can push some of it out. I'm actually gonna wipe up a little bit of the grease on this one. Also, it says it wants the bearing to be flush with the top of the part, and I don't know. Ah, they look like they're pretty close. This one might be a hair higher. Let me do one thing here. Let me loosen this a bit. And then clean up some of this grease that's sticking out the end and see if I push down just a hair. Yeah, it's snapped into place, so I don't think there's really that much, I don't think I have that much ability to move it, so we'll just call it good. Okay. So we've got these two guys that we just put together. So now we have a lot of lock nuts. A lot of lock nuts. Insert 4 into both parts. Okay. A lot of lock nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think it matters that we're in. Oh, shoot. I don't think it matters what direction they go in, but I will do them. Actually, yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay. And it doesn't feel like, unless, let me grab a bigger driver I can use to kind of push them in, but it doesn't seem like there's much of a, oh, actually no. Once you start pushing them in there, there's sort of a catch that holds them in place, it seems like. Yeah, they're not falling out. Okay, we'll do the same to the other side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and then we'll push them in a little bit further just to try to keep them from falling out. All right, all of those are in. And then 2 more in the top. The last two go on the top of this part. Okay. So these ones the other way. Okay. All right, all of our lock nuts have been seated. We have a few M310 screws left, so let's see, what are those for? Turn the heat bed carriage piece with the forks facing you and the expansion joints facing upwards. So I need to flip this around basically. So let's do this. Let's move you. Okay. So we're gonna flip this guy around like this. Okay. Okay, so take the core one bed mount right, which is, this is left, this is right. Okay. And then fix it with 2 M310 screws. Okay. So, looks like goes like this and goes like that. Okay. I'm always disappointed they don't see in the Discord already. Hey Benny, sorry I missed your, at least I think I missed when you came in. It's weird, I was looking at chat too. I don't know how it got by me. Hope you're having a good week. Okay, that seems probably plenty tight. I don't want to break the parts. I assume we're doing the same thing with the left side. Yep. So this guy. Okay. It's going like this. That. Okay. That feels good. Done with that, done with that. So now we got the back piece. Ooh. For the following step, please prepare. So we need a lot of stuff. So 13, I don't think we've used any of those. So M312BT or CT. So BT or CT screws. Let's see, I think the spacer, let's see, the spacer is a 6x3 by 1.8, 6 I don't see that spacer. Oh wait, is that spacer from the disassembled printer? Ooh, okay, that is gonna be fun to find. Let's worry about the screws first. So M312 CT and M3x4 BTs. M3x12 BT. Let's see, M3x4 BT. M3x4, nope. M3x4 BTs. Okay, so. Hey, Viking! M3x4 BTs, cool. We got those. Then we need the other one, which is an M3x12. M3x12. We have regular M3x12s. So it's not that. M3x12 CT. Here it is. Okay. Okay, so we got the screws. The only thing I need to figure out is where that spacer is, and I'm hoping that past Daniel was thinking like current Daniel is and just left it in here, perhaps? Yes, I think that's it. Yes. Thank you, past me. All right, we got the spacer. So what is next? Man, I haven't had a moon pie in a long time. Okay, place the spacer under the heated bed on the side with the expansion joint and align it with the hole in the center. Okay, so burp. Okay, so this guy is going right here in the center. Okay. Put the heat bed on the heat bed carriage and secure it by the M3 by 12 BTs. Do not fully tighten the screws yet. Make sure the thermistor cable, the thinnest pair, is routed alongside the heated bed power cable. Do not route it around or across the expansion joints. Got it. Okay. So let's get our cable, oh geez, yeah, that really wants to stick, doesn't it? I can't tell. Okay, I think that this guy in the center shifted. So let's start by doing this. Let's see. Okay, so we need the longer screw in the center. Let's do that one first. How's everyone doing today? Pretty good, man. I'm over. I had a pretty bad cold last week, and I'm over that, so I'm thankful. Feeling thankful for that because it was not a fun time. Erin ended up, she wasn't sick like while the rest of us were, but she ended up coming down with it as well. And she's, I think today's like pretty much back to herself, so nothing like being sick to make you appreciate not being sick. Okay, so we got the center one in, and I think that I've routed this thermistor cable correctly. Basically, it's just ran under here and kind of popping out there. I don't think I ran it over any of the expansion joints because that would not be good. Let me look. Yeah, no, it looks like it's clear. Okay, so now we are going to use 8 of these screws, which is most of them. I think it has 9 in here. To secure the rest of the bed. It says don't fully tighten, right? Yeah, do not fully tighten. So we'll just get them all in a couple threads. I guess I'll like just tighten them and then counter screw them once. Making Guinness stew this weekend? What is that? I don't know what that is. Hey, Kenneth. So yeah, what is Guinness stew? Like Guinness the beer stew? Okay, these are all in. They're not fully tightened. Heat bed must be tightened in a specific order. Got it. After the screws are in place, tighten them in the following sequence. So center screw first. Oops. Let's not scratch the PCB. Why is this gripping like... Oh, it's because I'm not using the right bit. There we go. Okay. Okay, so then it wants us to do the center screws. So center up here, center up here, center here. Maurice, how's it going, buddy? Happy April to you. It's really good, a crockpot slow cooker dish. Do you have a recipe, or is this like something just off memory, Lisa? I'd be curious just to take a look at it. If you have a recipe, please pass it my way. I just want to at least see what it is. Need to Guinness some in my belly. All right, hopefully that's good enough as far as screws go. Now we need the last of the bed pieces. There's probably still in the bag. Let's see. Heat bed and base assembly. That is not it. Did I already take this part out at one point? Is that why I'm not seeing it? So this is not it. Core 1 bed cover found in the printed parts package. I have to imagine that it was in here at one point. So let's see. It's not actually. Filament puck. Heat bed. Belt tensioner. Okay, so it's not in here, which means that I must have taken it out. Is this it? Extruder, an extruder printed parts. Definitely not that. I would not have thrown this piece out. Where is this piece? I might be doing a bit of a search and rescue mission here. Well, I'm not seeing the bag that it would have come in, which means that I definitely took it out. So this is just, let's see, this is empty. You can go in the trash. This has some stickers in it, so we're not throwing you out. This is cables. This is not printed parts. Any printed parts back here. This is all next extruder stuff, next extruder stuff, next extruder stuff. Okay, I'm really not seeing this part. Could reprint it if I needed to. One sec. I think it's the garage that's giving me the allergies. Quite convinced, because I was fine all day. Okay, so the fact that I'm not seeing the bag is interesting to me. It makes me sad. I found it. I found it. I must have thrown out the bag, but I have the part. Yes. Okay. M310 screws. We're back on track. Is the number one fix to get a new printer? You mean to fix the missing part? All right, Core 1 bed, M310 screw, textile sleeve. Oh, interesting. That's an electronics and chamber. So let me put this here. Electronics and chamber. Electronics and fasteners. Electronics and chamber. Electronics and chamber, got it. Oh, that's a pretty long sleeve. It says 520 millimeters. That looks approximately that. Okay. Hey, Armor, how's it going? I start driving, so I'm going to drive home listening. This new sounds, Smooth radio with Modbot. All right, pull the RGB cable strip from the bottom. So RGB cable strip is going through this little cutout, which is, can you guys see it? Maybe. Kind of. Oop, let's not bend these. Can you see that little cutout? Kind of, not really. That's all right. I'm just gonna feed this wire. Drop these screws. Okay. Okay. Cable is through. Guide the heat bed thermistor cable under the RGB LED cable. Guide the heat bed under the RGB cable. Okay. So it wants it to go like this, so basically through here and out this side of the curved printed part like that. Okay. And then it wants us to route this guy through the same opening. So through the left here, I don't know if it'll fit. My 24 volt line is kind of blocking it. I might need to loosen that a little bit. No, can I pivot it? It's pretty tight. Yeah, moving. Can I lift it? Have it go under it? It wants to go so bad. I think I got it. I think it just dropped. Yeah, it just dropped. Okay, it's in. Woo! All right. So then this guy's getting bent around the corner like that. Let's see. 62 people watching and 21 likes. Let's get to, okay, if we got that, let's try to get to 40 likes. Let's start with 40 likes. I believe we can do it. These two might need to go in a little bit more. That might just be the issue, but that might work as well. So everything's routed okay. We'll see once the cover's on whether I can close it. I'm gonna leave my finger here so they don't pop out. Oh, actually, never mind. Thread approximately 5 centimeters of the textile sleeve onto the heatbed cable and slide. Got it. Okay, so it wants us to put this on here. It'll make it a little easier if they're all in the same direction. Can I sleeve the rest of this thing or not yet? Let's see. With secure, do not pull on. Okay, so let's slide this guy in. Okay, I think we've got, it's kind of hard to show you guys from this angle. Let me make you guys up a little bit higher. We've just got a little bit of the sleeve in the printed part. There we go. Okay, hopefully that's good enough. And once it's all pushed down, it'll just kind of pinch it. So we are going to now set this guy on top of here like this. Hopefully this will work. Where's my, it is. Okay. So hopefully we had enough of the sleeve in there to where it's gonna be secure now and not slide out. Oops, crap. I keep hitting these lead screws that are sticking up. Hope I'm not bending them, but all right. Oh, that still slides out. I'm gonna do that again. It says do not pull on the textile sleeve. So maybe that's all it is. Maybe it's not supposed to secure itself that hard in there. Like, I don't know. It'd be nice if it pinched a little bit more. It'd actually be nice if there was a zip tie like that wrapped around it to fully seat it in place. But at least now I know it really doesn't grip very hard. Okay, so let's go ahead and try that again. I'm gonna try to shove it in a little bit further too this time. Probably about as far as I'm getting it in. One dab of hot glue and it's done. Yeah, it's not a bad call. Reminds me I need to get more sticks. Sticks for my hot glue gun. How you doing, LSE? Been a while. That one's in. All right, so those are in, but not very tight. The cable wrap pinch. Okay, secure the top cover, wrap the rest of the sleeve. Sweet, so we needed to wrap the sleeve. That's kind of the last part of this wire section. Now that I know that it doesn't hold that tight, I almost wish I had just done the whole sleeve prior to tucking it, but it's been doing great. Built up a new company and we went live. Nice. Hoping to see you soon. Being a customer of ours too. Is it something still in the? Because I think you were doing like you were in the solar space, right? If I remember correctly, that's what you were largely doing. Okay. Just about there on the sleeve. Okay, cable is on. Awesome. What is next? We've got to get close to mounting this thing. We need probably to put one more. Okay. Trapezoidal nuts. So one of them I know I just took out from the bag. So the other two, it's saying two of these trapezoidal nuts are from the disassembled printer. So there should be two more. Definitely don't see them in here. I don't think I took those off. Well, sure as hell looks like I did. Interesting. Are they? I don't remember keeping those, and I'm surprised if I did keep them that they're not. Put the parts in here. We got fans. We've got linear rods. There's a screen. Oh, I found one. Okay, nope, I lied. I found them both. Okay. 4 of those, and I'm gonna need M318s, which I'm not sure if we've used those yet. So let's see if they're in the, oops. Let's see if they're in the hardware bag. M318s. Boom, boom, boom. Nope. M318s. M325s, M312s, M212s, M318. Awesome. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Keep these out. Okay, take the back and base assembly and orient the front side towards you, which we've got. Place the core 1 bed. Place the core 1 bed spacer rear onto the rear motor screw and make sure it stays in place. Is that, oh, okay, so that must be the piece that we previously put on, so. Oops, it dropped. Move you guys out a little bit. Okay, so this guy is just basically gonna sit there for now. Note the orientation of the part and holes is shown. The holes must be parallel to the motor head screws. Okay, no pressure. I mean, it's how exact it needs to be. That looks decent in a quick eyeball. Very carefully thread the heat bed assembly onto the threaded rod of the Z motors. Wait, what? We don't have any nut traps though. So isn't it just gonna fall, or is it saying like set it down? Huh, okay. So interesting. I'll put me on Discord later today. Okay, sounds good. All right, let me take these nuts off, take these screws off, since we're gonna be putting the bed on. And then we are just going to basically drop the whole assembly down. Looks like this goes behind the lead screw. There we go. Looks like I did a decent job of aligning that. Maybe a tiny little poke in. No, I can't reach. Tiny little poke in here to get it a little bit. Oops, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Dang it. Do it with a small driver. Like a 1.5 millimeter driver. Why am I not seeing tiny drivers? There we go. wants to move the whole thing when I do that. But... Okay, well, we'll hope for the best for a sec here. Okay, manually thread, double check the heat bed bundle runs properly. It must go under? Oh, what? It must go under the hotbed assembly. Okay, so I did it wrong. So this needs to go small plate printers. I mean, Prusa's Core L has a much larger bed and build plate. This is the Core 1, which is using the MK4S bed. The Core 1L deviates from that. Okay, manually thread a trapezoidal nut. So let's make sure we're doing it in the correct orientation. So we are just going to... That didn't work. This is a much harder... It's interesting. I thought this nut would spin a lot freer. Ah, it's getting better. But yeah, it definitely doesn't spin like quite as smooth as I'd anticipate it would. I would expect 300 by 300 on their MK4S. I don't know. For a Core XY, I get it. I mean, a 300mm bed slinger is still fine. That's like the maximum I really like to see a bed slinger at. But they've had the standard for so long for their MK line. I think that's largely where they're not deviating from it. Okay, screw the nut all the way down. Ensure that the proper rotation of the part. The protruding section must be facing out. Why is this not? Oh, it must be because... There we go. Okay, that looks aligned. Sweet. So, 2 screws. Isn't that what the Cornell? I would expect it. Isn't that what the Cornell is in? What, you mean the print size? The larger print size? I hear Jackie crying. Okay, this is not perfectly aligned. That looks maybe a little bit better. Let's see if we can get this in. Sweet. Okay, that one went in. Yeah, Core 1 had to use the MK4 bed, but the Core 1L didn't. Yep. Yeah, the Core 1L, from what I've seen, because it doesn't have to use any stuff from the previous gen printer, like, definitely has some nice upgrades and quality of life improvements. That would be really sweet to have on this, but they just couldn't do it. Yeah, my rule of thumb has always been I don't really care for any bed slinger over 300mm by 300mm. To me, that's like my maximum. Most of what I use bed slinger wise is smaller, like 235-ish, but 300 was the ones, like, I had a lot of requests to test out big printers over the years, and for the most part, if I recall correctly, I think I turned down almost all of the bed slingers that were over 300mm because I just didn't get it, didn't see the appeal, didn't think it was a good idea in most situations. My CR10 was over 300. CR10 was 300 by 300 if I'm not mistaken. No, I thought that unless you had a CR10 V4 or V5. Yeah, yeah. What are you working on? Sure. Just a small one. Thank you. Okay. Manually throw the trapezoidal into the left motor, screw the nut all the way in until it seats plastic, ensure the correct orientation of the part, align the holes in the trapezoidal either, secure part together with two. Okay, so we're doing left next. What's the core one size? 250 by 250? It is, well, the bed says 250 by 250. So yes, I think so. It seems right. It doesn't sound right, but it looks right based off what I'm seeing in front of me. Yeah, CR10 Max was a monster. I remember the CR10 Max and the V4 and the V5 as well. They had a 400 by 400 and a 500 by 500 millimeter version, which was just ridiculous. A lot of mods though, a lot of mods developed because of those. I remember like people were adding extrusions to the y-axis, people were adding linear rails to the y-axis. The y-axis was always the, you know, the biggest limitation on those because of it being a bed slinger. Hey, Nice is here. Hey buddy, no worries man, glad to see you. How's your week going? Okay, so this one's in. Oh my god, we almost have a bed. It's incredible. Got one more screw, and I think that's pretty much it for the bed assembly. And I have to assume we're doing the same thing just on the other side. Yes. So the final one is going over here. I'm curious to see that back nut that I put on was a lot tougher to thread down than the one I just did on the left. And I wonder, maybe it's because it's a new nut. Yeah, like this is butter compared to what I was just using. So I wonder if it's because it's palm and it's a new one and eventually the lead screw will kind of cut teeth into it a bit more. I don't know. Okay. One of the guys in the Ender 3 NG Discord has been working on the CAD for the CR10 and 10S. Eventually says he will get onto the S4 and S5. Oh my god. A Core XY version of him? Yeah, it would be a Core XY version of him. Doesn't it use mostly a printed frame though, or am I mistaken? I know it uses a bit of aluminum, but I would think that that would get a lot less rigid as you'd scale it up using a printed frame. Unless maybe he's not doing like a 1-to-1 and just scaling it. Maybe he is incorporating some aluminum extrusions into the larger versions of what he's working on. All right. Our bed is on. Okay. Hey, Wick. Wait, Wick was already here. You were already here, right? Pretty sure we talked earlier. Okay, locate the grommet hole at the top right. Hold on, let me let Monkey in. He's crying. Come on, Bubba. I'll let you back inside. Okay. It says locate the hole at the top right of the rear assembly and push the heat bed cable through in the following order. So I'm assuming it's this guy. Oops. Must be this guy right here. So RGB cable through it first, which is this. It's trash. Which is this guy. Ooh. It's kind of a tight fit. I have to go like an hit. There we go. There we go. Get through. Wrap this up. Okay. And then the thermistor cable. Okay. Where's the gummy bears? I ate them all. That was bad. I didn't want to leave them out here because we've had an occasional mouse in the garage, and I was like, I don't want to. I'd be super sad if a mouse ate them. So I put them inside so they'd be safe. And then I had a sweet tooth one night. I remembered I had gummy bears. And yeah, I ate them. Okay, so all of these are through now. Let's kind of push them a bit more. Bum, 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 bum. And then, okay. Hey, they must have changed something up because this shows there's an open like grommet there. On mine, I don't have that. Mine's just like a solid plug. Good for you. Mine never lasts more than an hour. Yeah, yeah. Bot, we know why you had an upset tummy. Yeah, it was. That was it. It was the gummy bears. Okay, push the heat bed cable and textile sleeve through. No more than 1 centimeter should protrude from the backside. All right, so just tiny bit, tiny bit. See very well. Okay, so just a little bit. Actually, it looks like they have a little bit more than a little bit. There we go. Call that good. Okay, now we need a zip tie, which I've got. Terminal screws, though, is that something? I'm not sure if that's something that this comes with. 632, 632, nope. Wait, no. Wouldn't the terminal screws already be on the board? Let's just move forward for a sec here. Okay, so it wants us to... So basically, you take this... I'm gonna have to go around the other side. So go through here, come out through here. I should have just spun this around, even though I guess I still would have had to access the other side, so it would have been awkward one way or another. Tighten the zip tie firmly. Okay. Now my grommet wants to pop out. Okay. So now I think we can spin this around. Hopefully that wasn't too tight. I think that's about what it wanted. It is solid. Okay, cool. Thank you. But it is not bad juju to the gummy bears when the instructions say. The best way to prevent mice from eating your stuff is to put it in tins or glass jars. I guess I could have put it in some sort of a like mason jar type setup. Honestly, I didn't try that hard. I put it inside and was like, I want these. These are yum. All right, so next we are gonna do some cable routing just to get those red cables into the back. So let's flip this around. Oops. Okay. I'm gonna open the door here just for a sec, so that way. Oh, thank you. Costco okay? Yeah, cool, thank you. This looks delicious. I'm gonna share. Okay. This is delicious. Strawberries, blueberries, granola, and some vanilla Greek yogurt. Oh yeah, you haven't seen the garage door, huh? Not the front door. Usually I don't have the camera pointing that way. Yogurt. Yep. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna open this up so that way there's a little bit more light. Okay. Oops, gee whiz. I am not doing good things with the camera. Okay, let me drop you guys down. Yeah, I gotta have my granola, man. Gotta have some granola. All right. So, route the RGB cable through the left hole in the buddy board. Okay, so that's this guy. So it is getting routed through the left hole and getting plugged in, it looks like, at the top right here. Maybe. It's like a little bit tight. You are so close to going where you're supposed to. There we go. Okay, that cable's in. Main camera isn't focused well. That's better, right? Looks like it's pretty in focus to me. Okay. Connected to the first slot on the right. Guide the heat and power cable and the thermistor. Okay, so through the same hole. Build looks good, so I got to head back home from the drive. Hey, no big deal, man. No big deal at all. Definitely starting to see some stuff come together here. Let me get the giveaway open too. I totally forgot the time. Let me get the. Armor, did you say you were going to Rocky Mountain Rep Rep Fest or no? I can't remember. You were talking about, I think you were talking about hotel rooms 2 weeks ago or something like that. Or like trying to find a place to stay, right? They smosh all the cables in the box a bit. That makes the cable management seem wasted a bit. The length is a little bit long on some of the cables, I think. But to be fair, I understand why they would have them a little bit longer. Just so that way people aren't having to, if they're too short, extend them or, you know, crimp new cables, since it's supposed to be a pretty smooth experience. I ran into that with LDO kits too, where like the cables are just too long in a lot of instances. Okay, so route out the cables, guide the heat cable, thermistor to the left hole, leave the cables hanging free. Oh, we're not installing? Ensure that none of the heat bed cables run over the zip ties. Okay, so it wants these to go staying under the zip ties? Like, seems kind of unnecessary at this point to do that, but maybe there's a reason. Okay. So do we have the terminal screws? We don't have terminal screws. So I think that that's what these are. Yeah, pretty sure that's what these are. Okay, using the 6R2, connect the black power cable to the left terminal. Okay, so black on the left. Zoom in a little bit. Okay. Black on the left. Yeah, these have, like, there's definitely more than enough length on these cables. Okay, so... Please don't fall, you're gonna fall, you're gonna fall. There we go. Okay, black cable's in. Now we need a red cable. Waiting for a bolt line. Why is this? Uh-oh, did I? No, everything's fine. Oh. I'm gonna have to get right in front of you guys, probably. There we go. Okay. Those cables are in. Make sure this one's tight too. Yeah. And then thermistor is going just right beside him. Also, we don't want the zip tie under them, so let's fix that. And then this guy is just plugging in. I think right here. There we go. Yeah, that's got some slack to it as well. And up here I've got slack. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with the slack. Man of the Croc! Thank you for the 25 months, man. Printing today? Yeah, not likely. I'm on week 3 of my new position. How are you liking it so far? Armor! Thank you so much, man. 19 months. Do again. Thank you, buddy. Okay. Oops. No! It only feels appropriate. Clownhammer! Thank you so much, man. 21 months, dude. Thank you for the support. Thank you, everybody. What am I eating? It's just fresh chopped strawberry, some blueberries, vanilla yogurt, vanilla Greek yogurt, and then a little bit of granola. It's definitely one of our go-tos. We go through phases where we'll have it a lot, and then other times we won't have it quite so much, but I really enjoy it. All right, I'm gonna close this again because I saw that a fly came in. That's like the one thing about winter. I love there's no flies because during summertime we get so many flies in the house. One of our neighbors on our left side that isn't in, because like I'm in sort of like your regular track home, you know, neighborhood, but one of our neighbors has an acre, or maybe, yeah, probably an acre, and they've got some cows. And so I think that is not doing us any favors as far as the fly situation. Okay. 2 more bites here. Also, I'll take that over gummies any day. Yeah, I knew when I knew that when I was gonna press, I was like, I have tuxedos here. He'll appreciate this. For anyone that's just joining in, the filament giveaway link is open, pinned in chat. So we'll do that in about 20 minutes here. Okay. So we need to get into the core XY parts and hinges box, which I think is metal parts, core 1 XY parts hinges. All right, we got these pieces, and now we need M310s and M36s. These are M36s. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then M310s should be this bag, and we need 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 6. Okay. Oh, we need another piece too. I wonder if I should move this base. Something tells me probably. Here. Let's put these off to the side here. I don't want to build this next part on top of the bed, so let's try to get this over that fell. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move this. Where am I gonna move this? I don't know. I'll find a place. Give me 1 sec. Oh. Guess you're gonna live on top of the fish tank stand. That's probably okay. I haven't been able to work on the fish tank stand at all because of thickness in my stomach, but I did order a brad nailer that I'm gonna use. I'll show you guys this actually, why not? So the doors on, 1 second, all right, let me. Okay. So the doors on the fish tank stand are just plywood, right? Like 3/4 inch ply. But I wanted to do something to give it a little bit of a design. And I could have just cut some thin pieces of wood to kind of make a door frame for a faceplate. But since I had the CNC, I cut these out. So they're just like faceplates essentially for the door. So there'll be a solid plywood door backing behind it, and this will sit on top of it. And so I ordered a brad nailer, so that way I can wood glue, basically wood glue this, put it on the other one, put it on the plywood piece, and then just brad nail it in place in like 1, 2, probably 5 places or something like that. I could use wood clamps, but I don't actually have enough wood clamps. And yeah, so I'm excited. But yeah, it turned out, I think, pretty nice. I mean, it is just ply, 3/4 inch. I CNC'd the part out, and then I did a little bit of sanding already on the edges, but need to do some more sanding, and then a little bit of wood filler because it's plywood. There's some gaps on the edges, and then I will prime it and paint it with the rest of it. This was CNC, so this was on the Shipoko. Lightburn came out with, or we came out with, it's the company I work for, Milmage. And so I've been playing around with Milmage on the CNC machine and was like, I really want to use this for a project that I need. So you can see, hold on, I'll camera pointed over to you. It's right behind the wasp spray. Summertime. Here, 1 second. Yeah, so you can see it kind of. The Prusa's over here too. But yeah, I used this guy. It's the 33-inch by 33-inch Shipoko. So I haven't been able to do a whole lot with it, but I am trying to dive into more projects. So I was like, yeah, I'll use this to make it. And then originally I was gonna use, I don't know how well you guys can see me or not, to be honest with you, but I got this as a birthday present, and originally was gonna use this to cut the wood tabs to separate the stock material from what I cut out. And this works fine. I need to play around with this more, but I found that the jigsaw actually worked really well for cutting the tabs and not damaging. I think this will work well for hardwood, but this for plywood, it seemed like it wasn't causing as much tear out when I was cutting the tabs. So yeah, it's cool. I mean, we had it at the last place in the rental, and it took up such a large footprint, but over here it's super cool. And so I'm hoping over the years I can use it for just like fun stuff. I'd love to make like Christmas decorations and stuff like that, you know, for holiday stuff, and I don't know, just random things. I want to make a arcade cabinet, and it'd be fun to use that. Okay, so let's get the last of the, I think this is the piece we need right now, but I don't know for certain, so let's verify that. Can you put masking tape on the wood to help tear out? Yeah, the only thing is what I guess what I meant more so is, like with the CNC machine, you have to have tabs, right? So like if you're cutting through something and you don't have tabs, as soon as it finishes cutting through, it would like shoot your part away or nudge it. And so you have tabs, and I think in this case, they were like 3 millimeters high. No, they were bigger than that. Maybe like 2 millimeters high by 5 millimeters wide or something like that. And so I had to cut that, and there was no way to masking tape that portion of it. And so when I was using the oscillating tool to cut those tabs, it was sort of splitting the ply a little bit while the jigsaw was doing cleaner cuts. But I'll have to try that. I haven't done ply. I mean, I know I haven't done masking tape on ply to help with tear out. Can you just double side tape to the spoil board? Yeah, I've done that before. I don't love double-sided tape. I was doing that with like a double-sided, I think, carpet tape for a while. I found it to be really, really messy and just kind of gum up stuff and hard to remove. I'm sure there's better tapes out there. I tried that, and I also tried like, one thing I saw people do is they use like blue, I think it's painter's tape or, yeah, painter's tape. And then a little bit of super glue. So it's like painter's tape on both your material and on the spoil board, and then a couple drops of super glue. And I've done that. I've done it a few times. I just don't love it. I'm still trying to figure out what I like. You know, trying to figure out what I like. There's a woodworking double-sided tape that doesn't have residue. I might need to look into that then. Just use some chewing gum. Okay, so is this the right part? It sure looks like it is. It looks like it is. So it wants us to start. I got these CNC'd. I don't even know if these are CNC'd. Yeah, these look CNC'd. Okay, so okay. Insert 2 M310 screws into the left and 2 into the right. Do not tighten them completely. A few turns is enough for now. Okay. Wonder if those are going to be used for tensioning or what. I've done the blue tape and super glue. It works well. I failed at tabs. Yeah, I did. Most of what I've used that CNC for before was cutting out some acrylic. before I had the big laser. I'm still not even sure if my big laser would have been able to do it, but I think it was for the Mercury 1 build. I used the CNC to cut out the acrylic. Yeah, if it would fit in this, if it would fit in the laser, I'd probably use the laser now. And I used blue painter's tape and super glue for that, and it worked fine. I had no issues. Okay. So those are in. And then, so same thing for the other parts. Let's turn. Best for me is tabs, only hair of the thickness of the plywood. Yeah, I don't have any real issue with the tabs. I'm probably doing a little bit more than less, and I guess it depends on what you're doing. For those big, face plates, tabs are fine. Even if they're a bit larger, the outside ones I was able to take an orbital sander to, and it made light work of them. For the inner tabs and the triangular pieces, I wasn't able to fit the orbital sander, so I had to hand sand it. I didn't have the right grit. I had only pretty high grit sandpaper, so it was a real workout on my hand to sand it down. But for small stuff, I can see tabs being a little bit tricky if you don't have easy access to what you're trying to cut off or where the tab is. So I definitely think it's not a one, it's not a one solution for everything. It kind of is situational. You have to adapt to it. One of my coworkers has been playing around with a 3D printed like vacuum table, which is pretty cool. It's small, so it only works for small things, but for what he was using it for, it seemed like it was working pretty well. It's like a 3D print, so it's like, I don't know what sort of vacuum system he was using, but the main thing that was 3D printed was just like the box itself with the holes, and then he had a grommet or some sort of like a grommet or seal around the box that he had purchased that wasn't 3D printed because it needed to have high strength and be able to hold the suction. Okay, place the cork so as shown. The bent parts of the plate must point upwards. Got it. Divide the rod holder left from rod holder right onto the sides of the front. So rod holder right, if it's sitting down. Okay, so that's the right. And that's the left. Just put a retraction on the Z for the tabs so you'll never touch the front side of the panel. Retraction. Okay, place the rod holder left to the left corner on the corresponding thread hole, secure it with 136. Okay, so it looks like this is just gonna be sitting here like this, if I'm not mistaken. That seems right. So this must just be for the top of the Z. Need a better driver. Where's a 2.5 mil? Here's. It fell. All right, so counterclockwise turn. There we go. Okay, that side's in. Or buy a real CNC with a vacuum holder. Real CNCs are pricey. The Shikoku is plenty good for, I think, just about any project I'll realistically want to do with it. They're definitely pretty cool armor. I will say that, like, coming from 3D printing land and not having like a manufacturing background, they're a lot scarier, that's for sure. A lot noisier, a lot more considerations, and things can go much more wrong than a 3D printer, but it's really cool being able to work with woods. And I mean, I haven't done much of any metals yet, but eventually I'd like to do a little bit of aluminum. But even working with woods is just cool, and bigger things, and it's relatively fast. I think I cut out each of those face plates in like 20 minutes, and I was pretty conservative. I'm still learning a lot as far as like speeds and feeds go, and so I went with really conservative values. You could make your own. It would be a fixture at that point. Yeah, one of the first big 3D printing projects I did was the MPCNC, like 13 years ago, or wait, that's not right. 2014, 12 years, probably 12 or 11 years ago. I have to look on the channel. Should get a Carvera. Carvera reached out a ton, man. They were really sending out a lot of machines, but I just didn't feel like it was a really good fit for the channel at the time, and I mean, I still don't, but it could be, I guess. I don't know. It just didn't work out. Okay. So for the following steps, please prepare. So we need metal parts. Metal parts. It does look like a really capable machine, though, the Carvera, I will say. Okay. There's so many layers to this metal parts box. Okay, this is everything that came in the metal parts box. So I probably need to open the other metal parts box. So linear holder. Okay, so we got these two holders. This is a different piece. XY carriage found in the printed parts package. For XY assembly, XY motor mount, XY carriage. What does that part look like? That looks like the right part. Yep. Okay. Two of those. Oops. Then it needs, let's see, two LM10 LUU linear bearings found in the core XY parts and hinges. Okay. That's gonna be over here again. XY, XY. Wait, did I? Here we go. XY parts and hinges. There you are. Sweet bearings. Big bearings. Okay. GT220 idler pulleys found in electronics and fasteners. GT. I think this is the right part. Wait, did it say tooth or not tooth? Idler pulley, it doesn't say either. I think it's these guys. Gotta be these. Pulleys, yeah. Okay. M318s, I definitely know we have those because we just used, let's see. M318s we were just using. Yep, right here. And then we need, last thing is M3 by 8 RT. M3 by 4 RT. M3 by 10 RT. Maybe we haven't used M3 by 8 RTs. Let's see. M3 by 8, no. M3 by 8 RTs. Yeah, I think this is them right here. M3, yep. M3 by 8 RTs. Ah! Don't fall. Okay. Bam! We got all the parts. Alright, we are going to do the giveaway in two... Wait, why isn't it pinned in chat? That's weird. Chat just glitched for me. Oh, it is pinned. Okay. If you have not entered into the giveaway and you want to do so now, you got another minute or two here, okay? And then we're going to do the drawing. Take one of the XY characters oriented as shown. Okay, so like this. Insert a pulley. Like this. Push one screw. Okay, so push a screw through. That's not working. Okay. Man. Sorry to everyone that's to hear me sniffling, man. I'll probably just take some allergy meds next week. I woke up fine, thought it wasn't gonna be an issue. Okay. That is in. Insert another pulley? Wait, what? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh. Another one going through here. I think it sounds like these are supposed to just drop through, but the print tolerances are too tight for it to just drop through. Yeah, it is giveaway time. I'm gonna unpin the message right now, so if you're filling out the form, you got another 60 seconds. All right, we finish tightening. Finish tightening this. Wait, wrong part. Last screw. And then we'll do the giveaway. The giveaway. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. This part. Okay. One of them is done. Let's see. We got how many people? 74 responses. Nice. Did we hit? Our original goal was 40 likes. Hey, we got 47 likes. I'll take it. if you haven't hit the like button and you're enjoying yourself, please hit the like button. All right. 74. Where we go? Okay, so for anybody that hasn't been here for one of these giveaways before, massive thank you to Polymaker for allowing us to do these giveaways. They are global, so no matter where you are in the world, you can win. If you do win and you're in the US or Canada, you will receive a gift card, and anywhere else in the world gets to pick a spool of filament off their website up to $35, which they have a lot of filament and a lot of colors, so it's pretty awesome that they let us do that. So thank you to Polymaker again. If anybody does need to pick up some filament and wants to support the channel, there is a link in the description. It doesn't cost anything extra, but a portion of the purchase does go and support the channel. So never required, always appreciated. And on that, let's do our giveaway. How many times are we gonna shuffle today, everyone? How many times are we shuffling today? $42. We had 2 people say 42 right away. We're gonna do 42. We'll do it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. All right. Good luck to everybody. Oh, also, the winner will receive an email from me within 24 hours. So be on the lookout. Unless it's someone that I talk to in Discord regularly, which isn't very often, you're just gonna get an email. So be on the lookout for email. Make sure your email was correct. All right, good luck. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Hey, Steve Clark, you are our winner, man. Cheers. Congratulations to Steve. You are this week's winner. I will send you an email probably this evening. I'm gonna do my best to send it to you this evening. So if you don't have an email from me by sometime tomorrow, just reach out. But I've been really good about getting them out as quick as possible. So hopefully you'll get it tonight. I am going to, before next week's stream, the only thing I'm gonna do is just throw I already did, you guys saw me do one of these, put the bearings in, or the idlers. I'm going to do the same for the other one. There's no need to watch me do that again. And then I just really quickly here want to see sort of what the next little bit looks like. We got the bed completely done today, which I'm happy about. So more idlers. Okay, attaching it to the extrusion, attaching it, yep. Bolting those on, putting the rails on. Tightening those in. Okay, so it's basically the Core XY belt path and the Core XY assembly. Those look like belt tensioners, probably. I would love to get completely done with this, so that way the next week we're basically just putting the tool head on. Let's try to knock this out next week. I don't know what next week has in store for me yet, but maybe I'll start an hour early next week. Be on the lookout. I might start an hour early so that way we can put in 3 hours or 3 hours and 15 minutes because really want to make some more progress. And this looks like a pretty beefy section. I have to believe it's probably, let's see, base spec, heat bed, Core XY. Yeah, because after Core XY assembly, it's the next extruder, which I don't think is that much. Bodywork and electronics, and like you're kind of up and running after that. So next week we'll start an hour early. Let's do it. All right, I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you for hanging out. I will not have a video this Saturday. I will have one next Saturday. And I think that's pretty much all that I got. Sorry again, I missed last week. Just had to rest, had to rest and recover. I'm feeling a lot better today, so I'm glad I did. And I will see all of you amazing people next time. Thank you for all of our members, all of our new members, returning members, and everybody for just hanging out and all the awesome support. And congratulations one more time to Steve for being our winner. And on that note, I will catch you guys next time. Bye, everyone. Take care.